Credit ratings agency Standard & Poor's says it's more likely the section of I-69 from Bloomington to Martinsville will be finished if the state takes the project over from the private developer. S&P downgraded the bonds being used to fund construction this week to a triple C-. That means if circumstances don't change, it's likely that the developer will default within 6 months. As Barbara Brozier reports, the IFA is in negotiations to try and take the project over.
If you've driven between Bloomington and Martinsville at all recently, this construction is probably getting old.
I feel very inconvenient going. It might take a half hour longer to get up to Indianapolis.
And the trip won't be getting shorter anytime soon. While the state says 4 lanes of traffic will be open through the Bloomington area by this August, construction on the 21-mile stretch of interstate won't wrap up until next summer.
That's pretty bad. They should have been better at what they were doing.
The public-private partnership being used to build this portion of I-69 has been plagued with problems, so the state is trying to take over the project. But so far, its offer to buy out the project bonds hasn't been accepted. According to an Indiana Finance Authority analysis, there's a $164 million gap in the funding available for construction and the money needed to finish Section 5. The IFA says the cost of the project to the state will be no more than what it originally paid under the public-private partnership, but it's unclear where the money will come from to finish the project and whether taxpayers will foot any of the bill.
There's already too much tax money being taken from us.
This isn't the first time the state's run into issues with a public-private partnership. Governor Mitch Daniels leased the Indiana Toll Road to a private company for $3.8 billion in 2006 to help fund other infrastructure projects, including portions of I-69. But the private operator declared bankruptcy, and an Australian company took over the lease in 2015. While the state says the change didn't impact toll road operations, it calls into question whether public-private partnerships are in the best interest of Hoosiers. It's pretty clear what central Indiana commuters think.
If they're going to make an extra lane, they could have done it a lot faster. I think they're doing too many other things.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Barbara Brozier.
The funding for the final leg of I-69 from Martinsville to Indianapolis has yet to be determined. The Indiana Department of Transportation estimates that portion of I-69 will cost about $1.5 billion. It says all options are on the table for funding the project. Martinsville's mayor says she's not worried about the final portion of interstate being plagued with delays like Bloomington.
Really, the mayor has no control over how the construction goes. So my hope is maybe there's been some things that they've figured out.
NDOT will release its final draft of plans for Section 6 during the first quarter of next year.